So I realized that I put the two front doors on wrong. I'm gonna show you, Leggy. Last year, not okay, I'll plant it up. Just trying to make my life a little bit easier. Have y'all noticed how psychotic the ants have been this year? Yeah, but I don't like this soil. I mean, they just disrespectful, y'all. Thank you, Eat a Home, for sending over this product. My battery went dead. Anyway, we're gonna put this together. Hopefully, up pot some seedlings, and then I will see y'all some point. I'll see y'all at some point. I will let you know, friend, if we need you. So I realized that I put the two front doors on wrong. We're gonna fix those really quick, and then we are going to enjoy this. Like, y'all, did you see how much stuff I was putting in there? And it's still space in there. Like, I am super excited, and it's gonna be so much neater. So much neater over there. Excited. So we are back. I went and showered because OMG. I woke up this morning and I was just like, I'm gonna put that together. And I was like, I need to record it. So we are fresh and clean, and so is the porch. How exciting is that? So real quick, I want to tell you about this shade I got from Yita Home. Yita Home, we have worked together before, and they are the company that gave me the bistro set, which I also am loving so much. But they gave me this shade. I really wanted to get rid of that open shelf because it was not neat. And if you are not new here, you know that I do like neat. So this is a shade, and so it can go outside, it can go inside, it can go on your porch, of course. And so I wanted to put it on my porch. I wanted to get rid of that open shelf, and that's what I did. So Yita Home is a company that does all things homes. They do things inside, outside home, and so this was a super easy build. There's a spot where you can lock it. You can put a lock on this if you wanted to, and then this piece here hangs from the top, and then it can go down and you can put a lock on it. There's also a lock at the bottom. So that's why I wanted to put the doors back on correctly, because this locks it down at the bottom, and you can get that with your foot. Pretty innovative, actually. When I say innovative, it's just like easy to use, makes it convenient for the person that's using it. The other thing that it does, which I really like too, is that you can open it from the top. So that's pretty cool. So take your lock off, and then you can literally have it open from the top, and you can get things out from the top too. So it opens from the front and it opens from the top, and there's something to hold the top up for you. Really, really like that. So I got so much stuff in here, right? The pillows for the bistro set. is in here. The chicken feed is in here. Our weed eater and blower is in here. All kind of things in here. And if you weren't trying to put a lot of things in here, you could probably get a lawnmower in here if you just took the top part of it down so it would lay down. Like, I think it's very convenient and it's making my space look so much neater. I absolutely love it. So if you guys are interested, check out the link down below. Yeeter Homes has not disappointed me yet. Make sure you check out their website and check out the link to this shade. Okay, so we are now going to save these Leggy Seedlings really quick. So everything is not leggy, right? So let me show you the tender sweet cabbage. Everything is not leggy. Like, those are not leggy. They're a little tall, but not leggy. I'm gonna show you leggy. That's the broccoli rabe. So we're gonna fix these really quick. So the other thing is, I left them outside last night on the table. I went out of the area of my uncle's birthday, and then I had, well, uncle's birthday is today. But then I had my other uncles came in. Always loved that. And so it rained here. It did not rain there. And then they were all left outside. So now the soil is also soggy. So we're going to fix this really quick. Let's see. We have a purple container. So we're going to use one of each so we can have pretty colorful containers. And so what I'm going to do is get them out of, for one, this really soggy soil. I am going to leave one in the soggy soil, and that's because I'm going to put them back out in the sun today, and the soil will dry out. So you know I put more than one seed in most of my sales. So we got 2 or 3, depending on if I made a mistake and dropped more than 1 or 2. And so we're going to put those into these new ones. And then we're going to separate them, leave one to a sale tray. Oh my goodness, I need some labels. I didn't know what the labels are. So we're going to do that. So we got our trays ready. The onions have not come up yet. Onions take a little bit longer sometimes to germinate, so I'm just going to leave them, not going to worry about that. Everything else has pretty much come up. The mosh did not come up, and someone said to let them know because they thought it would not germinate in the heat. I do believe you're right, it did not come up. But everything else, we have 1 Vates kale, so I may have to replant those. But we're going to get these seedlings into a better environment. Go ahead and wet our soil a little bit. And I have, bringing the watering can upstairs was a great idea. And leaving them up on the porch was a great idea because I did not lose any seedlings. And then because I kept them moist like I was supposed to. So we go ahead and fill the trays up. I'm going to add a little bit more soil because I might have poured too much water in there, but this soil is also kind of moist, so who knows. At this point, I think it's just moist, which is fine because like I said, I'm going to put them down in the yard on the table, and it is very sunny today, so the soil should start to dry out. And I poured any water that was in the trays, I poured it out. We're just trying to make sure we don't have to go and buy any seedlings this year like we did last year. So yep, such a quick little situation with these trays. Still loving them. All right, so now we have the tray and we have the seedlings here. So you see we have a little bit of legginess. This one has already fallen over, but I think it fell over from the rain last night. I do not believe it's dampening off. I think it just fell over. But let's talk about dampening off. When your soil is too moist, your plants will pull up all of that moisture and then they will essentially kind of rot. And when you see them start to fall over like that, that's dampening off. In this case, I don't think that's what's going on here. I think that it got knocked over by the storm last night, which that's what I'm going with. That is what I believe. So let me show you what I'm gonna do. So in the case of this one, because it didn't get too in there, we are just going to pull the seedling out. And it has like not a lot of roots right now. You see that? It's not a lot of roots. And then we're just gonna plant it deeper. And you can do this with your fall vegetables. They don't mind being planted deeper. I have actually found that most vegetables in the early stage like this don't mind being planted deeper. I do this with my tomatoes and my peppers, but it has to be in the early stage. That's what I have noticed. I'm going to do the same thing here. Just going to pull the seedling out, get all the soil off, And then I'm just going to plant it deeper into the soil. And this will save my leggy seedlings. You'll see. Because we will follow these. Because I do not plan to lose them this year. Same thing here. We have some that did not come up. So we're just going to separate these two. Just like that. Dig a hole that's deeper. And drop the seedling down in there. And cover back up. So you can do this with your seedlings. It actually makes them a little bit stronger in some cases. And that is what I like. Strong seedling. This is the red Russian kale. And so there you have it. And then we're going to put them back out and let the sun do its thing. And so that's essentially what I'm going to do across the board with these seedlings. I do need to go find some tags because see, those are real leggy. No, I do not need all of this Lacinato kale. But listen, you never know how much space you might have. And I need to put some gloves on because this nail will be ruined by the time I finish this. It's just easier when you're separating them to do it that way. Oh, look how nice that came out. Came out nicely, but the soil is really moist. So we're going to put this soil back in there with one of these seedlings though. But for now, we're going to drop these seedlings back into the tray, but just much deeper than they were originally. And it doesn't have to go down straight. You just need to make sure all of your roots are covered. That one is real leggy. So we're going to kind of push it to the side a little bit. Doesn't have to be straight. Lacinato kale planted up. Because it's actually crazy. Why would they need a mascot?
What you mean?
Who would they need a mascot for, Frank?
I don't know, but you need a mascot.
You don't. Alright, we have up potted all of those. Got them in their own cells. I even planted out some other things. My vape collars did not come up. I planted out my snapdragons. Forgot I had Swiss chard. And then I planted up some more nasturtiums too for the fall. There they are. Everything is in its own tray. These are the onions. Like I said, they haven't come up yet. In a few days, this soil is also pretty moist. So that could be a problem. We'll replant if they don't come up like by the end of next week. But everything is looking good. Very excited. Okay, moving on to the next thing now. This is like a day of chores for me. I am trying to get basically ready for fall. I don't want to be like pulling the garden out and planting the garden all at the same time. I'm cleaning out and getting ready for fall. So we are going into the greenhouse where I store things and where I dry things. So that stand that was up on the porch, I put it in here. So I'm gonna try to kind of reorganize this area too. Because when I pull things out, if I still need like things to dry so that I can get seeds, it is hot out here, y'all. I am glistening on this forehead. Anyway, we're gonna go over here and start trying to figure out what we can do in this greenhouse. And we're also going into the other greenhouse today. That's gonna be the end of it, and then I'm gonna go in the house because I have things to preserve too. If I was really feeling like it, I would bring the plastic down and cover down here, but I don't feel like doing that. So we have in here the table that used to be where the bistro set is, all of the bedding for the chicken and the quail. We just added this other rack in here, and then there's another rack over the back. So it's kind of packed in here, but I feel like I can do something for it not to feel this packed. Let's see. It's not a huge greenhouse, but it does really well because the chicken bedding used to always get wet, and so putting wet chicken bedding in the chicken coop it defeats the purpose. So I do like having this in here. The table is a bit big for in here, but we're gonna see what we can do. Just trying to make my life a little bit easier. And my son should be back in a minute. He's gonna start cutting grass, so I definitely need to get this stuff recorded before he gets back. You remember this is where all the garlic and stuff dried over the summer, but it's in the house and in the dehydrator now. I think if I put the table to the back and the shelves to the side, that would be a better idea. So that's what I'm gonna try to do. Oh, you know what these are? These are the purple kale. I need to get the seeds out of here and plant them if there's any in here. We had some that were, yeah, it doesn't look like they really dried well. So it's okay. few onions in here too still. Completely forgot they were in there. Well, it could be either. These could be the purple ones too. Either way, it was something I did not have. I think one was the cabbage leaf collards. One was the purple kale. If I can get some seeds out, I'm going to plant all of them. Because both of them, because I really did want those. That's why I saved them and left them in here. Have y'all noticed how psychotic the ants have been this year? They have been horrible. Oh yeah, that's going to be much better. I'm going to go ahead and put these back. I'm going to put this one back for sure because it's very heavy and I know it won't fall over. Now, I don't know what I'm going to do with this one. And I think I could probably put the seedlings in here now because this one is pretty heavy. I don't think the wind is going to blow the shelf over. And the trays are pretty heavy, so I may do that. Look what I found. It's too late. It's a sweet potato from when I tried to start the things in there. Sweet potato vine. How cool. With a little, we call them June bugs. With a little June bug on it. Cool. These plants just won't grow. There you have it. We've now straightened up this small greenhouse and we'll be ready to use it in the fall. Like I said, I should put some plastic down on the ground, but I don't feel like doing that right now. So look y'all, I've been thinking about needing tables up here where we sit. I repurposed the shelf as a table. I gotta clean it off and stuff. But I mean, it's not a table, but I didn't have anywhere else to put it. So I repurposed it. So now when we're out here, we have something to sit our stuff on. I thought that was a good idea. I like it. Repurpose the shelf as tables. Okay, so now we are in the larger greenhouse. Oh y'all, it's hot. So listen, we're gonna pull all this stuff out that didn't do well. But then you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn the sprinkler on in here so that we can get, I think y'all crooked. Y'all were. We're gonna turn the sprinkler on in here so that we can make sure this soil gets moist. This soil seemed very dry to me. If you go back and look, I'm not exactly sure which soil I used. I was at Home Depot, didn't want to go to Lowe's, I think, and so I just picked up some soil. It seems very dry to me. Even when I put it in at first, it just seems like a bunch of big pieces of wood, not so much soil. And I know soil will break down, wood will break down and turn into soil, but it just seemed like everything was wood when I initially put it in here. So we're just gonna pull out this stuff, throw it outside. I didn't have any success in here this summer growing, and I actually moved a lot of things out of here. By the way, the ants are still being good and disrespectful in here. Before I turned the camera on, I had to get all of the ants out of here. I mean, they just disrespectful, y'all. But we're just pulling everything out. We are getting ready for fall. I'm ready for fall. Fall is actually my favorite season to garden in. It's a much easier season, and I've said that several times before. So we're going to get ready for fall now. Yeah, this soil is just very dry. Oh, gosh. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. It just rained a little bit, so that's a plus for the outside garden. Not so much for in here. So I had a thought. I was like, I'm going to turn the sprinkler on. We're not pulling out this bed. This is perennial things. I don't know what this actually was. I think it was verbena, but I'm not going to pull it out because all of this stuff should come back next year. But I just know it needs to get some water in here. The soil is very dry. So we're going to turn the sprinkler on in here and just let it go for an hour or so. Yes, my water bill is going to be super high, but I need to get this soil to a point where it can grow because I do want to grow in here in the fall. I want to add some of the chicken bedding into it too to maybe help it out. Yeah, but I don't like this soil. Okay, y'all, so I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to visit me over on Instagram where I post about the things going on in the garden almost every day. Bye, y'all.
Bye.